Hey man, so basically when I came up with that lick, I was just kind of messing around and improvising. So I didn't write it or compose it in a kind of note by note fashion. But when I look back at it and break it down a little bit, I think there are a few different reasons why those notes kind of felt natural to me at the time. So one of the reasons is that once you get to this note, from that note till the end of the G minor part, it's all ascending thirds. So this is a third, a fifth, a seventh, a ninth, an 11th and a 13, all of G minor. And that's a very kind of common sound in jazz music. It's very common to play the upper extension of an arpeggio. So you kind of play 7, 9, 11 or 9, 11, 13. Wes Montgomery used to do this a lot. He'd often start an arpeggio on the 7th rather than just a 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. So it's got a very different sound. And I think that's why that sound is kind of in my ear. It's because I've transcribed and heard it so many times in jazz music. Another thing I kind of like about this selection of notes for this specific lick is that once you get to these two notes here, which is the 11th and the 13th of G minor, those two notes are also the 1 and the 3 of C7, which is where we're going. And so that means that the transition between the G minor and the C7 is kind of smoother because you're already there. So that's something I kind of like. I like the way those two chords transition. And finally, the other thing I like about the way these notes work together for this particular lick is that when you ascend, you go through these two notes. And when you descend, you go through these two notes. So that sounds like this. And so that tiny little shift just adds to that feeling that you've changed chord. You've kind of moved the cogs and you've gone from G minor to C7. And your ear can kind of pick up on that, and it adds to that kind of shift in tonal center. So so those are some of the reasons why I like these notes for this specific line.